we're still inside the burning house, and yesterday was about the passing on the inheritance, and so the passing on the inheritance, it's for us now to get into both the internal and external cultivation. So outwardly, to practice compassion and with skillful means, and secondly, inwardly, to cultivate in pure wisdom, and that is where the store of the spiritual wealth is. So in the internal and cultivation, external practice are both essential. One is that the internal cultivation, obviously they need to resonate with one another, and you got to get into motion. So I think in Tzu Chi, I think all of you all, as I can observe, you're very strong in all your external cultivation. And in fact, as far as I know about Tzu Chi, and that's where you start off with. And so all the activities that you do and you resonate with the cultivation of compassion. So I think everybody in Tzu Chi who are diligent, absolutely, I don't see any shortcomings, and that's your major strength. That's the way I see it. So when we help others with compassion, we consider their needs and how we do that, and that is what the skillful means is about. The only thing I think this is what must mean here about the skillful means to consider the needs, is because sometimes when we are in our own enthusiasm that we want to be in practice, and we see someone in need, and we tend to, sometimes we may not be aware or mindful that we could very well be very meddlesome in the way we do things. So we serve what we know, and we must know what we serve. And this is what the skillful means is about. So the sense of mutual gratitude and love is between us, between the giver and the receiver. And we do so recognizing the dignity, and we give the dignity. That's the reason why Master always teaches to bow, and because all of them whom we serve, they are always actually our spiritual benefactors, because they give us the condition for us to get involved in external practice, and otherwise we won't be able to have the opportunity or the condition to cultivate. So by going amongst the people without being defiled, and that's essential because we meet people with different mindsets, different conditions. So we must not be mindful that we not take that in. And there's a reason why we need the internal cultivation. So much that we progress in external cultivation. So we also need to know our inner self. And this is what the wisdom life is about. So in the external cultivation, obviously we do so to benefit others. And here say the Tathagata perfects infinite views, which is the four infinite minds. And obviously this one is, he is replete with wisdom of skillful means, and the parameter and skillful means I mentioned earlier is essential to actually be not to be meddlesome, and as a result, which can be troublesome in some of things that we do. So in this serving, we got to serve very skillfully, and with the parameters of generosity and morality, and patience, and so on. So this, when we do this, we actually practicing in loving kindness and compassion, which is the two virtues of infinite minds. And also together with that, we have a heart of great joy and equanimity, which completes the four infinite minds in here. But in so doing, this compassion that we exude in our practice, in our external practice, we do so with these four embracing virtues, which is giving, our conduct, our speech, and collaborative work, and which Master has covered in the previous teaching. And so this is the root of transforming others in the process in what we do in our external cultivation. So the external cultivation, if you look at it, what it sums up to is for us to leave the become to live the exemplary life of a spiritual aspirant so that you can inspire others to follow the path. In the internal cultivation, is that cultivating oneself brings benefits and virtues. Some transforming others brings benefit to them. So those with merits and virtues and beneficial conduct are cultivating themselves and benefiting others. So then this inner cultivation is for us to gain realization in the process. And because then we know ourselves. You see, this realization in the cultivation is for us really to understand where our awareness of ourselves. But like Sister Riani said earlier, is that she is aware, she realized now that there is this arising of the anger. So the spiritual factor is actually the daughter, isn't it? That reminds her. And so this is what we need to do, is that to realize, to become aware of ourselves without even someone telling us. And that is the moment of getting those right efforts to arise. So Masters say, I actually took this in verbatim in here, and this illustrates the point that she's saying about internal cultivation. I say, every day I give teachings. You can take them in, you will attain benefits. If you do not take them in, I myself still attain benefits because I am grateful so many people are willing to listen and for the technology to allow this to happen. And this inspires me to be even more diligent. So even if the Master have done so, and here Master gave the example of teachings, done so, even though if someone doesn't take it, she still benefit because it inspires her to be more diligent. So in much the same way that we practice, not necessarily everybody would accept our kindness or compassion. So therefore, this point that you're trying to make is that we get the mutual benefit in both the internal cultivation, because what it does, what you do, there's nothing is lost. And there you can gain your realization. So if there's anything for us to lose in our cultivation, is to lose all the unwholesomeness and affliction that is being piled upon us. So when we benefit others, we create blessings. So when we develop our wisdom life, we can create merits and virtues. This is cultivating both blessings and wisdom as a result. So wisdom is the internal cultivation, and the blessing is what you can give to others. So very quickly, these 3 points of the lessons learned is the external cultivation of the 4 infinite minds, loving kindness, compassion, joy, and equanimity. And the internal cultivation rewards with realization of the teachings, growing in wisdom learning. So when we serve the masses, that is what we should be growing to realize, so that the whole process of the cultivation, we can actually grow internally and practice externally. So we need to practice with the 4 embracing virtues that we mentioned earlier, about the giving, the conduct, the good speech, and the good speech, and one more was, what was this, and the collaborative work. So on contemplation, and I try to extract, today is a little bit long. I try to extract something relevant, both the internal and external cultivation, and here it goes. So we cultivate outside in to develop the wholesome character with a spiritual consciousness of mindfulness. Outside in is that you see the condition, the phenomena of things outside, whether it's people, matters, or objects. So when we do so, what we exude from ourselves, that we resonate with others, is actually our conduct, our character. So this is the part that when we do so, that we want to develop this wholesome character with this spiritual consciousness of mindfulness. So we're mindful in every thought, every word, and every action that we do. So we then cultivate inside out, and that is where our internal development is, with the consciousness of awareness, aware of what we are cultivating. So therefore, if you can develop in the process of cultivation, the external practices to develop the character, then internally we get in cultivation of the inner developments. These inner developments to aware of ourselves. But if one is able to do that and be able to grow in consciousness, you'll find the inner joy in you. inner hope, inner peace, and inner love. Therefore, cultivate outwardly and inwardly as a result. So in the external cultivation, do so with the mind of the four infinite minds of mindfulness for the well-being of others and with loving kindness, compassion, joy, and equanimity to all. In the internal cultivation, we do so with honesty. You see, we need to be honest with ourselves. Because honesty to ourselves is about recognizing our own weaknesses. If we are not honest to ourselves, we do not even acknowledge where our shortcomings are. How can we get engaged in the external cultivation? And sincerity is becoming sincere in your practice, faith in the path, and steadfastness. So all these things actually refers to the virtues of the four bodhisattva vows that you undertake. So realize that the external cultivation prepares the heart of cultivation, and the internal cultivation prepares the mind of practice, isn't it not? So the heart, you give it to others, and therefore you take that in. When your heart is well tamed, that you can prepare your mind to be in practice. So on relationship, in the bodhisattva path, you begin the cultivation of love for others, the external cultivation. Then you then progress to cultivate your inner self by practicing purifying, renouncing, harmonizing, and loving to generate the great loving heart. So in your inner self, you practice the path. You see, what are you purifying? You purify your thoughts, your words, and your deeds. You renounce all your unwholesomeness. Then you harmonize with others. You can only harmonize with others only if you are not self-cherishing. If you're self-cherishing, you already create boundaries. You create partitions within you. And that's why when you dismantle all these things, then you will have the great loving heart. This is the internal cultivation or journey to lose what you have. Okay, Gan En brothers and sisters, that's all I have. Thank you.
Gan En so much, Dr. Chin, for your wonderful sharing. Dr. Chin is really our pillar of Dharma, our Dharma pillar. Yes, the foundation for this English group platform here. Okay, can we all on our video and take a group photo? Same time, we allow Sister Tzu Chi to another strong pillar. Our next pillar to summarize a bit and give us a bit of advice.
Good morning, Brother Robert. Brother Robert always, he always practiced for all embracing virtue. Always, a lot of loving words. That's why we also love to come to this group, this platform to hear all the from the loving kind speech from Brother Robert. Yeah, very kind today. Another very awesome. Wow, everyone really. How we wish we could record the whole session. Sorry if you all notice there's a Google link. The reason is because please 布施一点 can be summary or the picture of your insights. We need to compile it and we hope one day can benefit others and ourselves. Yeah, very indeed. I just want to share this Lawson because I'm still watching this series, Lawson Yang Lao Yen. Because now they are into donating they know that Master is building the Hualien Hospital. This leprosy used to be they not use that point of time, they were the care recipient of Tzu Chi. So when they heard that the money, how Tzu Chi get the money, the donation drop by drop from others, and then now Tzu Chi is into building hospital, they also wish to do that. There's one of the blind leprosy patient, her name is Song Jing Yuan. She heard unfortunately the Chinese word I didn't copy. So Xing Lian Wan, very good. I haven't, but in English is the field of blessings awaits cultivation by all benevolent people in the world. 10,000 lotus hearts of compassion creates the world of Tzu Chi. She heard that. She was blind. She quickly launched this Xing Lian, which we heard in our 10,000. 1,000 for us. I think do it for the Tzu Chi International School. So they started donating. Then we heard a lot of very 感动 story. there's one, I remember another blind person, he also begged his inmates to help him dig out the money from the bamboo coin, something like he got bamboo coin. The person said, no, this is your like kun choi pun or something. He said, no, I must. He insisted, and then he even tried and begged. So the friend, no choice, have to take out. Every one of them, they use their ways to donate. And once the master heard a resident of this Luo Shen Yao Lao Yuan Jiang, they said, our place here is like a zoo. We are segregated from the outside world because center. At that point of time, they dare not go to outside world. They're not even attend their relative wedding. Even though that point, I think later they have this medication, and some of the relative also invited them for the dinner. They said they don't want. One is because they don't want to bring trouble to their relative. They don't want people, what would people think? And I think that's真的是很 heartfelt. Know what Master said in reply to that remark by the person who said that they felt that they are like this zoo. Master said, it is not that you are segregated from the outside world. Rather, the dubieties of the outside world cannot enter this pure land. Your minds are also pure. So this is a pure land that transcends even the heavens. Wow. So with that, okay, may each of us be able to ask us to cultivate ourselves and others to bring benefit and virtues to each other. May all of us be able to always benefit others. May all the virtues attain. Back to you, Brother Robert.
Yeah, kind of so much, Sister Tzu Chi, for the wonderful sharing. Okay, we've come to an end of today's posting Fazan sharing. Gan En to all the brothers and sisters for the wonderful insights and sharing. I think each of y'all shared very well. I think we don't compare ourselves with any one of us. And I think each of us have your own way of sharing. I think each of us has our own so-called capabilities. Use our own. Of course, we cannot compare with the Dr. Chin. That one is one of a kind. There can only be one Dr. Chin. Yeah, one Dr. Chin. Yes. So there's no two Dr. Chin here, but I think every one of you all shared very well. So I think, in summary, I think we must learn to be like the old Pusa, the old Lao Pusa. We just remain pure. We close our eyes, we close our ears, and we just follow Master. We just blindly follow Master. Sometimes I think we think too much. Our mind. We think left, think right, think back, think forth. I think we think too much. Sometimes we just need to learn like the old Lao Pusa. Don't think, just follow. Just follow and do what Master asks you to do. I think you will not go wrong. You will not go wrong. We have found the right path. We have found the right Master. So we just follow. Like Brother Kevin, just smile every day and every day happy, and just follow. I think we will reach the destination. All of us together, hold hands, each other, connected with each other, we will reach our destination. Okay, Gan En so much, everyone. Have a